Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Seshas Tech. This is Amok Kaliwa. If you are new to my channel, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. In the last video, we understood about what is bias and variance, the trade-off between the bias and variance, and overfitting and underfitting concepts. In today's video, we will understand the data requirement. This data requirement is the minimum data requirement for building a model in any of the projects. Thereafter, we will also understand how to split the data into test and train, why to split the data into test and train, and we will conclude the video with examples on implementation of test and train data split. We do not possess a theoretical formula for data requirement. Data requirement for building a model is given by a thumb rule. The thumb rule says that it is a multiplication of 4 factors. The first factor is the number of attributes which are present for modeling. The second factor is the count of total number of levels in the attribute, if it is a categorical attribute, and if it is a numeric attribute, we would choose a constant of 10 levels in the numeric attribute. The third factor is the number of classes. Here, classes represents the number of levels in the target attribute. For example, rain or not rain. This is a 2-class variable. The fourth factor is a constant of 100. This 100 is not a constant. You can vary it from 75 to 150. We usually choose 100 for multiplication easiness. This is how you calculate the minimum data required for modeling. Now let us implement these on few of the examples. The example of data requirement. Here we are identifying whether the patient will adhere or not. To identify this, we have collected numerous data. The data is related to age of the people, income level, gender and education type. In age, we have different levels like young, middle and old. In income, we have low, medium and high. Gender, we have male and female. Education, we have high school, college and university. According to the rule of thumb, it is a multiplicative factor of number of classes, levels and attributes with a constant. So, identifying the number of classes, it is adhere or not, that is 2-class problem. Number of attributes, we have 4 attributes, that is age, income, gender and education. We have totally 11 levels, that is young, middle, old, low, medium, high, male, female, high school, college and university, and a constant of 100. When we multiply all these values, we get output as 8800. Hence, we would require 8800 observation as a minimum data requirement for building the model to identify whether the patient will adhere or not. Now let us solve few more examples. Few more examples for understanding the data requirement. If the number of attributes are 2, the number of levels is 2 and the number of classes are 2, then we would require 600 observations for model building. Similarly, if the total number of attributes are 20 and the total number of levels are 5 and the number of classes, that is the target variable levels is 2, then we would require 15,000 observations. And if there are totally 100 attributes, 2 levels and 4 classes, then the data requirement would be 1,50,000 observations. As you can see, each of the parameters are directly proportional to the data requirement. If there is an increase or decrease in one of the parameter, then similarly the data requirement will also increase or decrease. As we have understood the data requirement thumb rule, now let us understand the different methods to split the data into test and train. Splitting of data into train and test. Why do we split the data into train and test? If we have a primary data and we build models on that data, whether we have extracted all the patterns from the data and the characteristics of the model has been applied on the data, to identify this we would require another sample set. This is the reason what we do is we split the primary data into train and test, wherein we extract the patterns from the train data and then we apply the extracted patterns on test data, so that we will understand the characteristics of the model, whether we are able to implement the extracted patterns. This is why we utilize split of primary data into train and test. There are many types of methods to split the data into train and test. Random train and test split, stratified train and test split are the most common or well-known data split methods. Random train test split. This is used when a balanced number of examples for each class variable. Here class variable is the target variable. So if you have same number of levels example in class variable, then you can utilize random train test split. For example, if you have rain, not rain, you have 50% of the cases as rain and 50% of the cases as not rain, then random train test split would be the best choice. If your class variable is not balanced with the number of examples, then you will go ahead with stratified train test split. For example, if you have cold and not cold conditions, here if cold conditions are 60% and not cold conditions are 40%, then you want to replicate similar approach in your train data and your test data. That time you would require stratified type of test train split. There are numerous ways of splitting the percentage of train and test. The most common split percentage of train and test are 80-20, 60-40 and 50-50, where 80% of the primary data is considered as the training data and 20% of the data is considered as the test data. Similarly 60-40 and 50-50. This also depends on the requirements of the clients and differs from industry to industry. The practical approach how to split the data in R and Python we will learn when we are building the models in each of the cases in future videos. If you like my video, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for the latest updates. Thank you.